It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Newell's got it. Complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Key to tight end. We got 4. Now, lady. Go.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Bravo! Staying open. Here we go.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. He's got Herndon, his tight end. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And by the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. And overall, 2nd leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago.
Don't get nervous. Now, lady. Hey, Delta. Hey, check. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we're going to make the 48 right now. Let's go. Watch the curl.
On 1st down, Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, wahoo! 48, come on. 48, come on. You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
And that'll set him back 5.
Check 99. Hey, lady. 4 down, 4 down. Lady. Hey, echo. Hey, motion backfield, motion backfield.
On second down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Even. 4 down, even. Hey, ready. Hey, Zoo. Go, go, go.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. To the air again, Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson rolling to his right. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson going for the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Forced out to his left. And some room to work. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. On second down, it's Bell. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. On third down, here's Bell. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or 2 shy. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Jackson options out left. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson steps away. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows a coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Darnold now to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Switch. Hustle. Mike, 53.
After the interception, here's Jackson being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete.
That's it, baby.
Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. 12 yards there and a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. And it's caught. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Ingram. His 5th touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
Darnold from the gun. He sets to fire deep. And for the third time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game as the Ravens push further out in front. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And the Jets have got it. The big man get the oxygen tank ready. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I need your help on this one. We just saw an extra point blocked. Do you think the rain had anything to do with it getting blocked?
Everything goes a little bit slower, but I'll tell you what, the snap and the hold, they look good.
Yeah, and most of the time, I love when you bring that up about it getting slower. It's deliberate when it gets slower, right? Because you have to go through it a little bit more. You want to be just a little bit more careful catching the ball, putting it down, and giving him a chance to kick it.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Double time. 4 down.
They'll give this to Bell running right. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving.
We go sack. Double time. Even. 4 down. Easy. Hey, lady. He's checking. Crash. Under crush.
On 3rd down, Bell. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They'll go for it with Bell. Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His his 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point attempt here still to come. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7.
Makes the score Ravens 20, Jets 7.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our immediate...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Watch the run. They're running it.
Here's Jackson to throw again. Steps away to his left. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Airing it out deep for Smith. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Vincent Smith, his 9th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Outside. 22. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On first down, it's Darnold. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out and start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and a route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up here by Jimmy Smith. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. That's caught at the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Next to score, Ravens 41, Jets 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 30.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
2 times. Lady. Check. 4 down. 4 down. It's that. Watch the safety creep. It's that.
They'll go again with Bell. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
What's that? Double tight. Double tight. 4 down. 4 down. Check. Check. It's that.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Mike 22 is coming.
They'll run it with Bell. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
And the Jets, first down.
And 80. And 80. Hey, Orbit. 22, Mike 22. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike 22 is coming. 22's coming. Mike. Go. Go.
Darnold on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Everyone go tight.
This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. And 80. Hey, we got 4 down.
Here's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down. That's where Crowder makes his hay in the slot. Jets hoping to see more of that going forward. He signed with them in March after the last 4 seasons being in Washington. Had 3 pretty good years and sort of tailed off last season due in large part to an ankle injury.
Tight. Double tight, guys. Double tight. Hey, 4 down. We're going to yellow 80. 26, check 20. Hey, Foxtrot.
From the 50, it's Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
1st down, Jets.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
They're not ready for this. They still playing touch.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Pernell McPhee in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We're going to sack. We got 4.
Back to throw, Darnold. Got an open man, it's a noon one. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Protein spill.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Le'Veon Bell stopped short of the line to gain. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do...
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Brandon Copeland. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter play. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They go play action now. Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Here's Sam Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Pernell McPhee. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Well, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Jackson now, operating from the gun. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now it's Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity.
And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. It's a give to the right, Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they just...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Brushing off defenders. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Here's Darnold. And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Brandon Copeland has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On third down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Marcus May with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run and everyone else stays ready. And they were, and they picked that one off.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Strong right. Even. 4 down. Even.
To throw is Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on second and long. Darnold. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Well, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Darnold. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On third down, Bell. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on fourth. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Ready? 53, Mike.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. They had, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
They'll try and run with Ingram. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. and never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Hey, I need one over here. I need one over here.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.